All right, welcome back, Alpha Hunters. Hopefully, y'all are doing well today. Market hasn't really moved too much today. It's been a pretty choppy day as far as like the intraday trading activity going on the SPY. But we did have a sizable gap down. We haven't really moved too far from the open, really all that much. Just from the open. Let's take a look here. Made a high of the day, roughly 0.5% up from the open. We traded down then roughly another 0.5% from the open. So we haven't really moved too much. About a 1% high to low kind of day. But yeah, we just saw a very nice gap down. A lot of issues, I guess, with Credit Suisse. That's not really a big news item, really. I mean, that's just honestly, it's really not because Credit Suisse we know has been kind of falling out for a while. Take a look at Credit Suisse here. This thing's already been absolutely pummeled to death for years. This is a weekly chart, so we're going all the way back to the beginning of last year, where it was around 15 points, and today dropping off another 21%. But it's already. Yesterday it closed at like 270, and it's down to like one sub two right now. Here's a monthly chart. Just year after year has just continued to decline. Obviously, the high it put in was back in '07, right as you're going into the financial crash. And yeah, what else do you need to know? It's been on its way to probably going out um, for years, and it's really accelerated over the past year. And so, to me, this is nothing new. It's nothing new. It's just you're just hearing about it more, just simply due to the fact that financials are in the news, may having issues, and that's all you need to really know. Take a look here at the Qs. Um, they are trading higher a little bit from the open. Some of the bullish runs that the market has had, the tech area has been a little bit stronger. Looking here at Google, Alphabet, this thing's been strong all day, and I wasn't really happy about seeing that, but it's okay. It is what it is. FRC, nice gap down. Part of the whole bank thing. So I kind of was expecting this to come back down, swoop under this put sale I did at 35. I wouldn't mind getting put to shares for the most part, just because the implied volatility or the volatility in the options is just so high. If I get put to shares at 35, I'm going to turn around and sell a covered call at 35, and I'll be able to collect roughly half the value of the stock. Let me see. Let me just take a look before I say that with confidence. Let me pull up FRC's options. So if I turned around, okay, I could roughly sell them for about a third of the value of the company. If I got assigned the shares at 35, I can sell cover call it, for roughly $10 or 10 points or $10 a share. So it's just crazy the amount of implied volatility that's baked into the options right now, and so combo. If I got put the shares from the put option and the cover call, it'd be roughly 2/3 of the value of the stock I would have collected in premium in roughly a month and a week. So, yeah, kind of crazy. Some of the implied volatility out there right now on some of these bank stocks. So, if you do have something that looks intriguing to you, and we can run through some scenarios and possibly different strategies to kind of keep your risk low and bring in cash flow. Really, that's about what it is right now. There's some great opportunities right now. A lot of really great opportunities for selling options. If you hear in the background some winding noises, they're doing landscaping outside. So I was kind of hoping they'd be done when I started. They've been out there for a while, so hopefully they'll be done here pretty quick. But if you do hear that, apologies. All right, taking a look at SPY. Yep, nice little trade down. And, definitely a difference of just looking at the SPY and the Qs. We've had just progressive lower highs throughout the day, and the Qs have kind of had higher highs throughout the day. Not really making a new daily high right here, but still kind of on an intraday uptrend here, so it might still push higher. Make a high, make a daily high. So we'll see. The IWM has been getting absolutely obliterated. The calendar turned over from February to March, and it's just been wreck city. Did the Q? Hold on, I gotta check this. Did the IWM take the low of December? Low of 170.34. Low of today is 170.38. So it didn't break the low of December. Man, it got really close. That is very interesting. Wow. Okay. So IWM, it's gonna be pretty. To me, it's gonna be hard to be bearish on the IWM right now. It's already had a move. It broke. What was this? Monday's low. It did break Monday's low. The Qs have not even come close to really breaking down, especially all that much today. SPY haven't really gotten down to Monday's low all that much. Okay. Just seeing some nice follow through on the bear side. The DIA is heavily weighted in like finance and healthcare areas, so it would make sense the DIA is kind of having some issues here. Okay. Equal weighted SP 500. So the equal weighted SP 500 actually did break the weekly low, so that just kind of tells you the higher weighting stocks in the SP 500, the Apples, Googles, Microsofts, Amazons, they're all kind of holding the market up. So that's kind of what that tells me. So if we're looking here at the heat map, that I would imagine they're doing better than, yeah. So they're doing obviously way better than the rest of the market. The rest of the market's hugely red. And you got Apple, Microsoft, Google, Meta, even Amazon, Walmart, Home Depot. The big boxes are doing really good. Even some of the bigger healthcare stuff. Oh my gosh, TSLA probably is breaking down. Yeah, very solid retest yesterday. Dang. TSLA might not get back above that retest it put in yesterday. That is, I was kind of hoping it would get a little bit higher today, maybe up into like 107, 108, and that would be a great spot. It still might. I mean, it might rally going into close, and maybe it does it tomorrow. But oof, yeah, we're seeing some pressure coming from TSLA. Okay, dang, that might have been the retest. That's a bummer. Utilities are doing pretty good. A lot of green here. I'll have to message Diet Cola, wake him up from nap time. Dominion bouncing. Okay, what was that? NEE, Nextera, nice little bounce day. Yeah, so you're seeing a little bit of flight to safety. Okay, a little bit of flight to safety. We're gonna take a look at some sector stuff, see what sectors are working. Obviously, tech, utilities are working today pretty good. Big tech, and utilities. So okay. Like if you looked at just electrical technology, that sector looks like it's getting beat down today. But Apple, Microsoft, Google, like these guys seem like people are kind of flying to safety. Big tech to me, that is a safety play. They're not going to go away. Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. In utilities, obviously, people use too much energy. So, all right. Let's take a look at VIX. VIX is bouncing again. Oh my gosh. Oof, look at that move on the VIX. Yeah, I'm going to be looking for a settle out here in the VIX. I'm not going to expect much on the stock market to be extremely bearish here for the next several weeks. I'm really not. Like, we could probably break down, make some new lows, but kind of just slowly burn and trend lower here for the next few weeks. But I'm not going to expect a waterfall. Not yet. Not yet. Like, that'll come later. But just, slow chop, burns, back down. And once you break this low, like, there's going to be buyers just under this low here, just under 375 or so. But once you get through there and you get below 370, below this red box, it's going to be game on. People are going to be for legit closing and protecting capital. But not now, not yet. Don't expect anything crazy yet. Not yet. Charles Schwab actually having a good day. Bounce back, CEO came out yesterday morning and basically said he was buying a lot of shares. A lot of people reading that headline yesterday after the close. So obviously they're buying, continuation of buying shares. What is that ticker symbol? Because I messed it up like 5,000 times yesterday. SCHW. SCHW. There we go. Yeah, so a lot of buying came in yesterday. Bounced up pretty good. Had a positive 9% day. Obviously, people reading that news that the CEO was out there buying. Actually, it was the CEO, and I think somebody else. It was like another big hedge fund was out there buying Charles Schwab. It was reported. So that's a pretty good vote of confidence for Charles Schwab. Like, a big hedge fund out there buying, and the CEO was out there buying. He bought like 50,000 shares. Freaking nuts. A lot of share buying by the CEO. I don't know why Charles Schwab got absolutely obliterated over the past week. That probably unwarranted. Val, what's going on, girl? Man, how you been? We need to get together. Have you moved yet, by the way? If you moved, we're not getting together. I ain't driving all the way up there. Freaking liberal city, USA. I know it's your style. No. I'm not coming all the way to Austin. I'm kidding. I would love to come to Austin. But have you moved? All right. I'm going to continue to run through this. Dollar having a bounce back day. Look at that. People are... I didn't understand why the dollar got crushed so much late last week, early this week. I really just didn't. Trust me. I'm not near liberals. Yep, moved a couple months. Okay. Congratulations on the move. Glad y'all moved. Totally forgot that was actually happening. Thanks for stopping by. I'm sure you're busy in between nap times. I mean, I'm busy between nap times. I do this, right? All right, 10-year yield dropping off. Yeah, there's a flight to safety. People are flocking to the dollar. 10-year yield. 10-year yield getting crushed. That's interesting. I wouldn't have thought that. A lot of people are starting to expect the Fed's not going to raise rates. We're going to take a look at that, actually. Let me pull that up. I don't know about that. That the Fed's not going to raise rates. I think they probably will. To me, I mean, Credit Suisse is not really their concern. Not to say that it isn't, but it's not their major concern. And if they stop rate hikes, then that basically tells you that SVB, and the collapse of SVB is more of a risk in the marketplace than what they would want to let on. They might not. They might just say, hey, you know what? We're gonna pause for now. We'll look to continue to raise rates later. GLD, man, look at that huge upper wick there. That's kind of interesting. So the dollar's up pretty good today, and precious metals. So man, it's a big move to safety today. Big time. Staples are doing pretty good. Utilities, yeah. Healthcare is doing, yeah. Those three sectors, man, they are all doing good. Okay. HYG bonds dropping. Especially the risky stuff. Risky stuff dropping pretty good. LQD bonds are not dropping as much. They had a bad February. They had a much worse February than the HYG, but they've been holding up pretty good this March so far. This March. So Val, since you moved, a buddy of mine actually sent me a text last night that the lunar or the eclipse that's going to happen next year in April is going to go like right over North Austin. So you picked a prime spot. Hopefully you're excited about that. All right. I am going to pull up sector rotation. I'm going to see what's kind of been going on here the past couple days. Yeah. If I remember when I get off, I'll send you the picture he showed me. I'll just forward it over to you. It's going to go like right over North Austin. Okay, so we got real estate doing okay. All right, so we got SPY. Currently, SPY is down 1.4%. I'm going to run through these sectors, and I'm going to pull up the line graph of sectors. Basically, how they've been doing today, and then really kind of over the past couple of days. Probably since last Wednesday, 'cause that's when we really started seeing the market. Yeah, last Wednesday, and then probably even March 6th, last Monday. I want to see kind of what some of these rotations have been. Tech's actually doing pretty good, even though it's down 0.8%. It's actually holding up pretty good. XLC, man, XLC is up pretty good. Heavily weighted into Alphabet and Meta. So, I mean, we already looked at Alphabet. They're up like 2%. So, XLC up 0.3%. XLY discretionary down 9.9%, not 9%, 0.9%. XLP staples, okay, staples are up 0.25%. So the risk on area, a lot of people it seems like they're trying to just get in on risky stuff. Interesting. But the safe haven staples up 0.25%. Healthcare actually down 0.5%, but still ahead of the market. Utilities. Look at this move on utilities. I mean, they've been getting beaten up pretty good for the previous couple months, but utilities are actually up 1.5%. That is never, yeah, that is typically never good when you're seeing utilities absolutely beat the market that bad. Energies. Woo! All right, so we know now, man, wow, where the bearishness on the market is today. Excuse me. I had to cough. Sorry. I mean that is a bright red. I didn't really even. I mean, I noticed like everything was red, but that is a bright red right in the middle, and it's everything. 10% down on MRO. Wow, MP. Jeez, EOG. All right, we're gonna be taking a look at some energy stuff. That is nutso, nuts. Wow, energy's gonna obliterate it at 6% on the sector. Jeez. All right, moving on. Financials. We'll come back to energies, but my goodness, financials down 3.5%. Broke the sector. The ETF sector ETF broke Monday's low. XLI breaking down. Oh, this is great. I wanna be bullish on industrials down here. Oh, that's great. That's a great breakdown. All right, industrials actually down 3.25. That's fantastic. Um, I don't know, man. That's kind of aggressive. All right. Oh, I'm going to continue to monitor that going forward. Materials, XLB down 3.9%. So really, we got 4 sectors out there that are absolutely getting annihilated. That's interesting. I mean, gold's up pretty strong, but we're seeing materials. So material stocks are doing really bad. That's basically what it's saying. Even though gold, I'm going to imagine silver. Silver's actually gapped up, sold off. Okay, but GLD was up. Yeah, GLD is up. Made a nice little move higher, came back down. Okay. Anyways, materials down 3.8%. That's crazy. Real estate actually down 0.3%. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me pull up. Let me pull up sector performance. 15-minute. Look back. Actually, first off, let me pull up 3-minute. We'll look at how the intraday is going. Right there. So yeah, energies, man. Look at that. They were started off the day kind of strong. I mean, the intraday, not counting the gap down, not counting the gap down, but the intraday activity, energies were up pretty good, like early on. And then this middle part of the day here, this purple line, I know there's two, and they're kind of next to each other, but the kind of the brighter purple. But you're looking at this one here. I mean, they got wrecked that middle part of the day. That is okay. Okay. All right, let me go to a 15-minute. All right, from what was Thursday? All right, there it is. Let me look right there. Utilities. Since Thursday's open, utilities, look at that, positive. I think they're the only one positive. Nope, Staples. Staples is also positive. Healthcare, barely, barely negative, but is definitely beating the market quite a bit. XLC, XLK, and XLY underperforming, or they're outperforming the SP 500. But you definitely see the flight to safety sectors definitely leading up at the top. And it's actually kind of interesting. The 4 through 6 sectors, performance wise, are the risk on areas: the XLC, XLK, XLY, and real estate's just kind of performing in line with the market. But industrials, materials, financials, and energy's been getting absolutely shellacked. Obviously, we know about financials, right? That's why it's floating down here. But actually, the worst performing sector now, since Thursday's open, is financials, thanks to, or not financial, sorry, energies, thanks to today, because they were getting absolutely housed today. So, since now Monday's open, last Monday's open, this is what I want to see. Yep, utilities, staples, tech up there, communications, healthcare. So it's still kind of the risk on, risk. What's going on, Seba? How you doing, sir? Risk on, risk off names are actually still leading the market. It's interesting, and it's all the other stuff still in the lower end. I mean, they just got. I mean, everything just got wrecked so bad at the second half of last week. But even material stocks, they've been getting beat down pretty good since the second half of last week and on. It's staples, man. Staples are just killing it right now. But they were getting wrecked all throughout February, the beginning of March. They were getting housed. Yeah. Nasdaq went green for a second. He says, "Well, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it." Let me see on the side. Yeah, they are positive. Well, yeah, that's in their spies actually. Okay, the SP 500 is actually only down less than 1%. Okay. So I mean, we're seeing a lot of curl up here, right? Well, I've seen a lot of curl up. Even I can see the SPX has been curling up here. A lot of curl up on a lot of these sectors. Okay, still gonna be choppy. Still just gonna be in a choppy zone. Okay, all right. I'm gonna look total of all of March since we just got it here. Since we're just here. Utilities are doing pretty good. Tech XLK doing pretty good. And a lot of that's going to be AAPL holding up pretty well. XLC, Staples. So communication, Staples, healthcare, discretionary is actually underperforming so far for this month. I'd imagine a lot of that's TSLA. TSLA. Okay. Yeah, financials just, man, they've getting beat down so bad. Okay, let's go figure out this energy situation. That is a situation. Spy. Oof, there we go. Okay, let me take a look. Oh, look at that climb, man! Got a pop, man. Nice. Market just popped like everybody that was all the stop losses. Interesting. That's beautiful. Like we were just down 1%, and then it just went to like 0.6% down. Whew, look at all the volume coming in there. That 1 minute. All right. Energies. What is going on here? I know crude oil was not. Oh my gosh, that's what it is. Crude oil fell off. I know crude oil yesterday when we looked at this sucker was not looking good. It's probably gonna have a couple more days of follow through, but anything under 65 would be bullish. I just don't know how that would be for stocks. I mean, because crude oil's just been on this downtrend for a while. RB gasoline. Gasoline dropped off pretty good. Okay. Exxon then. Exxon's sitting right on the 200 daily. Chevron broke Monday's low. ConocoPhillips, big breakdown of ConocoPhillips. Okay. Wow. MRO was down quite a bit, down 9%. Man, it snagged that September low. Okay. Wow, that's very interesting. What else is out there? BP. Yeah, BP got wrecked a little bit. MPC. Okay. Petroleum, the refining side for Marathon is not doing too bad. All right. Okay. The Qs though. Oh man, look at that pop and. The Qs popped yesterday's high, and that's probably what did it on the market. Because yeah, the IWM and the SPY are not even close, but yeah, the Qs in that 1 minute, just a couple minutes ago, popped that high from yesterday. Yeah, popped that high from yesterday. And basically, I bet you there was quite a bit of people sitting there with orders. So that's why you're getting that little uptick in volatility, like buy and sell. That's why. Very interesting. Very interesting. I wasn't really paying attention too much today on a bunch of the different sector stuff, but I was definitely looking just generally at the market. I had no idea about that oil stuff. That is crazy. Discretionary versus staples. Yeah, discretionary has been trending back in that direction. Growth has definitely been outpacing value. Mostly because like big tech's been holding up the market pretty good recently. They've been doing their thing. SLY small caps breaking down today. Mid caps also breaking down a little bit today. Okay. Man. Okay. If anybody has anything if you want to look at, let me know. But I'm trying to. I would like to be bearish on Apple, but it's just not giving you any signals. It's just not. Amazon's actually looking kind of bullish here. Kind of got a really funky, like inverted head and shoulders type pattern setting up. So if it comes up and breaks these highs somewhere around the 115 area, like Amazon's game on. I would think that would be pretty good for Amazon. Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft's been bullish all week. Jeez. It is so hard to be bearish on Microsoft. They're in so many good areas. I was really hoping to see Microsoft come back down. They probably will if the market crashes here in a couple months. You'll probably get some good opportunities to get on some of those kind of names that haven't really gotten sold off all that much. Nvidia up 0.5%. Okay, Nvidia is up 0.5%. Yeah, really, the past 20 minutes was really it. I was gonna say when I got on, I briefly looked at that heat map. They were not. They were not doing all that well. But man, the past 20 minutes they have come alive. Let me see here. So AMD. AMD is doing pretty good. Gold is retracing. Okay, what's the dollar doing? Dollar just took a drop past 10, 20 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. 10-year yield. Okay, so the 10-year yield's rallying here. Wow, that is a drop. So the 10-year yield's kind of, it's climbing pretty good. So yeah, you are seeing that gold drop off here. Wow. Is silver dropping as well? Silver's been dropping all day. Okay. Silver's just been dropping all day. Stocks yields plummet amid Credit Suisse turmoil. What turmoil? That ain't no Bear Stearns. That ain't no Lehman Brothers. Don't make those comparisons. Market cap of 9.6 billion. This market cap number is at the end of previous day's close. So now that they're down 20%, so take 20% off of that. So roughly they're under $8 billion of market cap currently. Probably like 8.7 or so. I'm sorry, 7.8, 7.7, something like that. Wow. Credit Suisse. Are we seeing that in other? Hold on. What? They're investment banks and brokers is classification. So CME, how's the CME doing? CME's down 1.7%. But they're more of a broker. They just, yeah, SIBA, you're correct. They've been in trouble for so long. I don't even know why that's a big news item. Like they've been on their way to death for so long. So CME, Schwab. Yeah, Schwab's having a pretty good day. Did they get part of that rip? Not really. Not nearly as much. What are some of the other? There's Schwab. Man, that is so bright. Man, gosh, they're gonna. I'm gonna have to turn this down real quick. There we go. There we go. That was so bright on the eyes. The sector is getting so annihilated. Travelers, CME, Avalon. How is UBS doing? Or USB? Wow, US Bank is. Wow, and they have a $54 billion market cap. Wow. Banks, 10 U.S. banks that have been the best earnings performers over the past 15 years. Are any of them bargain stocks now? Failure of supervision, blah, blah, blah. U.S. Bancorp down over 9% on pace for the largest percent decrease since March 2020. Wow. There are some great opportunities right now in financials. My goodness. I never really thought of USB as like a hugely risky bank company. Not to say that they probably don't have risk out there. I mean, that's the nature of the business they're in. But I mean, yeah, that's a pretty solid breakdown over the past week. My goodness. What else is out there? I'm trying to find some other some other like brokers and stuff, but is NYSE NYSE um NY Meta keeps announcing firings and the stock keeps going. Yeah. The only one left is Mark Zuckerberg, and yet the NYA, New York Stock Exchange, and the only one left is Mark Zuckerberg, and the stock's at like 1,000. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. See, in my perspective, just me thinking here, that is a horribly bad announcement. I don't like it when companies are supposed to have personnel to be innovative and stuff like that, and yet they're axing people. Like okay, you that's a short term solution to a problem, but the fact that they're not innovating and they're getting rid of people that are supposed to be innovative is not exactly like, to me, the best omen for Meta companies that do that. Netflix. Netflix, nice bounce today on Netflix. All right. Okay. Very nice bounce on Netflix. Wow. So I was looking to get bearish before, and it came kind of down to this previous support area. So if Netflix bounces here over the next couple days, couple weeks, maybe makes a run up to about that 325, 330 area, I might be looking for a bearish play off of that. Have to keep my eye on that on Netflix a few days. ICE. Oh, ICE is a good one. International Continental Exchange. Yeah, Intercontinental Exchange. ICE is reporting record trading. I would imagine so. Goldman Sachs, no, PLD, bank, yeah. Those are all major banks. SBAC. You wonder if this rally is just a tease. That's a great question. If you're talking like this rally, that is a great question. I don't know. I mean, you're just getting into buy zones, really. Really is what it is. I mean, this is all going to be a buy zone. Once we get past about 375, I think that'll be the switch that gets flipped. It'll still be choppy until we break 370, but like past 3 days, I mean, people have been buying it. People have been buying it. It's once you start to break, have just continuous breakdowns, then you'll start to see people flip, and it's just gonna be choppy, man. It's just gonna be choppy. It's gonna suck. Best thing to do right now: find a good company, especially regional banks right now that you don't you're not really gonna worry too much if you put capital into them and they do go out of business if it happens, right? I would just sell options on these guys. I mean, the premiums on these guys are just so high. I mean, that's what I would be doing. I wouldn't be doing on stuff that hasn't broken down though. First Solar. Oh man, look at that climb of First Solar. But I will say this: that is very indicative of a bear market right there. Just a pop out of just nowhere, just nowhere, just massive move higher. That is basically a bear market. Do you say the best thing to do is to YOLO on FRC? Yeah, YOLO FRC. Once I get all my capital back from selling options on FRC, I'm probably just going to add to it. Instead of doing one, I'll probably just do two. I mean, if premium stays that high, that's what I'm going to do. So it might take me 2 months at current implied volatility measures. So I'd expect implied volatility probably to come down. But I mean, right now my cost basis in that sucker is like 25. So it's still way down here. And even if I do get put to shares, I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell covered calls, and it'll lower my cost basis to like 15. I mean, it's just crazy the amount of volatility that's kind of in some of those names right now. It's like, well, if they don't go out of business, man, I can just collect a lot of cash pretty short term, but I'm not going to put a whole lot of capital into them. Because, I mean, you don't know. You don't know if what's on their balance sheet. And that's very apparent because KPMG apparently doesn't know how to do their freaking job and validated that SVB was good just a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, and that is the biggest issue the markets have is trust. When you lose trust, when the market loses trust, that's when you get crashes. That's when you get crashes. Obviously, it happened with SVB. There was a New York bank that happened to as well, almost the same day. State regulators took it over. So if it continues to happen, I mean, people are going to lose trust. They'll lose trust, and that's the worst part. That's when you see the biggest selling in the market is people when investors lose trust. But yeah, Google, man, it's just killed it today. Today's move on Alphabet has just absolutely annihilated my position. It's bucks. Yeah, no trust, no confidence yet. I don't trust you. I'm just going to pull all my money and just sit in cash. I will gladly lose 5% to annual inflation rather than 40% to asset price reduction or whatever it is, 20% or whatever. Yeah, I mean, we got a ways to go. We got a ways to go. It's crazy. We've just been trading basically in this zone for, since June, May, June last year. I mean, man. You had that vertical on Google from last week. Yeah, I did have it from last week. Yeah. And today's price action, unless we see tech massively get broken down tomorrow, there's no way. There's no way. But tech has not been breaking down. Oh. Tech has not been breaking down really at all. They've been holding up pretty good. And especially the big tech stuff. Big tech, they've been doing pretty well. All right, let's take a look here. Excuse me. What else? Man, Netflix used to be a big dog, and they're so small now. It's just funny. Procter & Gamble and Coke. Let's check these guys. Oh, man, I didn't mean that. Procter & Gamble. Nice. Nice move on PG. That looks really good. Nice little basing here for several weeks. How does it look on a weekly? Yeah, that looks, oh my gosh, very inverse head and shoulders kind of. Head, neckline, shoulder. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'll wait. I'll wait to see what that looks like later on. Pepsi though, how's Pepsi looking today? Pepsi's been doing pretty good throughout the week. Pepsi's been doing pretty good. But if we sell down going into close and Pepsi comes back down, that's going to be two massive upper wicks up into the 175, 176 zone. So the market better hold up for Pepsi's sake. Pepsi won't be looking bullish at all if that sells down. Coke. Coke still might be basing out here. I mean, just a nice basing pattern in through here. It's recently kind of trended some highs. Okay. Coke, Nike, NKE. Nike had a pretty large gap down today. Philip Morris. Down 1.4%. Why they? Wow, they had a nasty gap down today. Jesus. That's a brutal gap down. Estee Lauder, EL. They had a pretty good gap down, but they didn't take out Monday's low. That's the most important thing. Monster. Gosh, that company has this. That stock just has horrible options. It really kind of annoys. Lynn. Visa. MasterCard. I wonder if Visa and MasterCard are getting caught up a little bit in the financial area. McDonald's. McDonald's has been flat for so many months. Holy cow. If you don't mind, look at the cues from yesterday's close. No, I mean, I never mind. Especially like right now. I don't like it when the market's just. Mostly I'm just waiting. Look at the cues from yesterday's close and the action today and tell me what you think. 5 minute. Well, what was really interesting, yeah, I mean, tech's been strong. I mean, there's no denying that. So the cues are going to look somewhat bullish. I was seeing this once when I got off yesterday. I was like, we might roll over, and it started to. And then, man, that last 40 minutes just, it was aggressive. Even on the SPY was strong. So it was across the board. And then, obviously, this morning's gap down kind of tried to redo some of that. But yeah, I do see this. I mean, the Qs are they're just looking so much better. I mean, they're positive right now. The SPY isn't. The IWM's not. DIA's not. They broke a daily high. So they're trending positively, right? And let me just bring up the heat map. And if we just looked at the NASDAQ composite here, performance over the past day, well, you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, like the big 4, 5, 6. I would say this. Let me just turn. Dang it! Is there a way to sector no group? I mean, most of everything else looks red, except for the stuff on the left side here. Like, I mean, there's so much red everywhere. And it's really like 7 names on the left side of the screen that's holding it up. It's these 5, Meta, Pepsi, Comcast is kind of doing its thing, T-Mobile. So there's not crazy things of bullishness going on. With these runs in the second half of the day, I mean, people are still trying to be opportunistic. Like they're still going to be opportunistic. So, but I mean, just look how red everything is over the past week, and like the big 5, 6, 7, you could say, 7 out of 10 are still positive. So that's, I mean, these are the largest weightings. So it's so hard to be bearish on the Qs right now. These guys outweigh these. Now, I mean, this is so much red. This is so much of the Qs that's red, and The Qs aren't massively up week over week. Actually, what are they? I mean, yeah, I mean, from 4 or 5 days ago. Yeah, I mean, it's roughly even, but you have just a couple of stocks that are actually holding the thing together. Over the past month, actually, Amazon, Microsoft are actually down. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Second half of the day, yesterday and today, has been kind of bullish. That close yesterday was pretty strong, but the Qs are just so heavily weighted on tech, and especially the largest five companies that they're the ones holding it together. I mean, there's a reason why they're making weekly highs, and the spies trying not to break down and make weekly lows. I do like pairs trading though. I do like pairs trading. It's like if you do notice that these things are going on, and like the IWM's even worse. Like I wouldn't mind being long, bullish on the Qs and bearish on the IWM. I like pair trading. That relationship has worked out for so long. Qs, IWM. Yeah, and over the past week or two, I mean, you're up on just that relationship. You're up like 10%. Yeah, 10%. But I mean, coming out of the financial crash, if you were long the Qs and short the IWM, you made a substantial amount of return. So, yeah. Not saying that relationship's going to continue, but it was a strong one for sure. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what how the market closes the last hour. Do you have anything? Is tomorrow the no, the consumer surveys to Friday morning. We got we got PPI this morning, which it came in a little light, a little light. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I would expect the market to continue to get bought up as we. I I would expect this. I do expect this as we kind of just very slowly trend lower, for people to continue to try to buy the bounce anytime they can. All especially all through the 380 to 375 area. And then once we kind of get through there, I think people are gonna you're gonna run out of buying capital. People are, I mean, there's only so many buyers, so it'll be out there, right? So once you kind of get through those people, all those investors, all that capital, and then you kind of flip a lot of people eventually. But I expect people to kind of continue to buy, be bullish on things. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, the telltale sign is going to be what happens here over the next couple of days. If we just kind of chop sideways, yeah, I mean, it's going to be kind of difficult to continue to be bullish. And the other area to watch though would be tech. If tech starts to not continues to, but if tech starts breaking down like they were last year, I mean, the market's going to have such a hard time to be bullish. That's one reason why I do keep my eye on Apple a lot. I keep my eye on AAPL a lot. There's so much. It seems like there's a lot of capital, coming out of. Oh, let me put the sectors thing back on. Coming out of a lot of these sectors right now, the ones that are just absolutely getting annihilated, and going into. Yeah, I mean big tech and safe havens, the staples, utilities, healthcare. And because they don't know where really kind of where else to go. I mean, industrials is the recent one that is starting to get sold off. Energies have been weak, but they finally got a massive breakdown today. It's really over the past couple days and very strong breakdown today. But financials, yeah, over the past week they've been getting annihilated. So people are just trying to find areas to go to. Tech just seems crowded to me. It just does. I'm not saying they can't lead us higher, but man, this is super crowded, in my opinion. I'd rather just sit on the sideline, like what I am doing with most of my capital. I'll just wait. I'll just wait. Anyways, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know if we have a really strong run into close. It wouldn't shock me, I guess, if we did. You know, we pushed higher up into 390. But I haven't. I mean, I'm right now. To me, it's just in no man's land. I'm not sure. To me, it's just in a choppy area, and I'll just wait. I'm just gonna wait. I have no problem selling options on an FRC or whatever regional bank seems to be pretty good. There's a lot of implied volatility out there to sell options on some regional banks. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't YOLO it, as you said, Asiba. So really, that's about all I got. Just be protective, be smart. There will be opportunities. There will be opportunities. There's some pretty good opportunities right now on some regional banks. I just wouldn't be overly aggressive because you just don't know how badly they are leveraged in certain areas. So that's all I got. Alpha Hunters, you all have a good day. Take care.